Bountiful on the edge of Oman. Joseph Smith got that right. Incredible. The Hiltons estimate that Nahom was on the 19th parallel, which passes near Najran and can be identified with Al-Qunfudha in Saudi Arabia. So they're beginning to propose realistic sites for Nahom. The issue is, Nahom has been found. It is a real region. S. Kent Brown shows that on his DVD. It's absolutely incredible. A Journey of Faith, the DVD. You must get that. You must get that. Truly. Then in 1976, Lynn and Hope Hilton write In Search of Lehi's Trail, a two-part series that initially appeared in the Ensign and later in 1976 was published in book form. So now we're moving up. In 1978, 2 years later, BYU archaeologist Ross Christensen, in a letter to the Ensign, referred to a 1763 map by Karsten Niebuhr that featured the place Nehim, Nehhim, located in Yemen, 100 miles east of Luhaya. Very interesting in place of Lehi. I have some more information on that I'll share with you. And about 25 miles north of Sana'a. Then in 1991, Warren and Michelle Aston confirmed that there was an ancient burial ground in Yemen called Nehim, a location matching Nephi's directions. It has been discovered, folks. Then in 1993, Yemeni archaeologist Abdul Ghaleb discovers a large burial ground in Wadi Nim belonging to the Nim tribe. The Arabian who guided S. Kent Brown shows them where Nahom was, and it really is a burial ground where Nephi claims they actually buried Ishmael. This is a real-world location now. Then in 1994, Warren and Michelle Aston, in their book In the Footsteps of Lehi, they propose Wadi Saik as a candidate for Nephi's Bountiful and Wadi Joff in Yemen as the general location of Nahom. Then I'm turning to page 80. The information begins to accumulate now. Now more and more people are beginning to get interested. It looks like the Book of Mormon is becoming more realistic, which it is. 1995, George Potter and Craig Thorsted locate Wadi Tayyib al-Ism, which has a continually flowing stream and other features that appear to fit all of the criteria for the Valley of Lemuel. Then, in 1998, Warren Aston, in a Journal of Book of Mormon Studies articles, provides further argument for identifying Wadi Saik and Khor Karfat in southwestern Oman as bountiful. Then in 1998 and 1999, S. Kent Brown publishes a Journal of Book of Mormon Studies report on the discovery of an inscribed altar excavated at a temple site in Marib, Yemen, bearing the tribal name Nehum and dating to the 7th and 6th centuries B.C. It was a German archaeological team that dated those altars, archaeologically identifying Nahom in the right place as the Book of Mormon would have it, and I'll explain the details of that. Then in the year 2000, Revel Phillips publishes a Journal of Book of Mormon Studies article about discoveries by BYU geologists of 2 surface deposits of iron ore on the coast of Dhofar. One a few kilometers east of Wadi Saik, the other 10 kilometers east of Khor Rori, the other bay that Nephi could have built a ship in. Then in 2001, Warren Aston publishes a Journal of Book of Mormon Studies article about 2 more ancient altars discovered at Marib with the inscription Nahom on them. Now we have 3 altars, showing without question Nahom is what it was supposed to be. And it had its name before Lehi and Sariah and their family got there. It was known as Nahom, as the Book of Mormon identifies it. Then in 2003, George Potter and Richard Wellington publish Lehi in the Wilderness, which proposes Khor Rori as a candidate for bountiful and details other aspects of Lehi's trail. Then in 2005, The Journey of Faith, a DVD documentary directed by Peter Johnson, is produced by Farms under the direction of S. Kemp Brown. Dozens of scholars contribute insights and commentary to the film. It's phenomenal. You have to get this. Then in 2006, The Journey of Faith from Jerusalem to the Promised Land, an expanded version of the DVD documentary, is published by S. Kemp Brown and Peter Johnson, and that's the book I showed you that I have. Then in 2007, the Neal A. Maxwell Institute of BYU presents the latest research and scholarship in a special issue of the Journal of Book of Mormon Studies, the one I'm reading from right now. The amount of research being done on every single facet of the journey of Lehi and Sariah on the Frankincense Trail is being explored by dozens of LDS scholars and scientists, and they aren't finding any contradictions with the Book of Mormon. They aren't missing any unique feature that Nephi put in his Book of Mormon record about their travels either. We have here, in the last 20 years, I'll be generous and say 20 years, it's been about 20 years, in the last 20 years, the Book of Mormon has become 100% plausible in its discussion of the journey of Lehi and Sariah on the ancient Frankincense Trail. That's 100% plausible. Everything is realistically described. Nothing is contradicted. That's impressive. Folks, that's impressive. This battle is over. The critics have lost. The Book of Mormon is authentic. It's real. Everything it describes occurs. Every unique geological or geographical feature that Nephi put in his record occurs. From the correct directions to the correct features that he identifies, to the situations that they find themselves in. And they never contradict the geographical record. For instance, they don't reach Shazer and then say, at Shazer, we went due east. Because the Frankincense Trail doesn't do that. But at Nahom, the Frankincense Trail does turn due east. All trails go east from Nahom. It's an astonishing connection and correlation with the real world. And it's all had in that book of First Nephi in the Book of Mormon. Now I'm going to share the details with you. I'm going to share the scholarly discoveries and the ideas with that. And I'm going to continue using Daniel McKinley as a good overview. And then I'll share the specific details on features by, boy, there's at least 10, well, more than that, 20. There's 20 LDS different scholars and authors, and each one of them is given a chance to explain their role in this. I mean, they have the geologist, they have the botanist, they have the historian, they even have an Arabian describe his ideas on the Book of Mormon's desert journey and how authentic it rings to him. Because that's where it happened. This is reality. It's grounded in reality. There really is a real geography to the Book of Mormon. We found it. It's real. There really is a real geology to the Book of Mormon. We found it. It's real. There really is a real archaeology to the Book of Mormon. We found it. It's real. There really is an accurate and real botany to the Book of Mormon. It's real. We found it. There's a real psychology with the way the family members interact with each other. This is how desert people act and react. The psychology is even accurate. Everything we've explored, there are logical, rational reasons and understandings now of just how could Nephi have become a metallurgist.